I'm Nicola McGeady and welcome to Airtricity League TV. Well, last weekend we were treated to some highs and lows, the low part being the Dublin Derby, which ended in a bit of a dull stalemate between St Pat's and Bows. But of course there was one Dublin side who continued to triumph at the top of the betting, that was Shamrock Rovers. Joining me now is a man who deserves a massive pat on the back, who got all his tips last week right. It's Mr. Raymond Doyle. Okay, if punters actually followed your tips last week, how much could they have won?
Well, Nicola, all five in the accumulator was 182 to 1 shot. The big one of that was a 13 to 2 for the St Pat's nil-all draw with Bohemians. So hopefully one or two of the punters out there followed my tips. So let's try and make a bit of money this week as well.
Very nice. There's no pressure now to have the same sort of run of luck after us bigging you up. First game we're going to talk about, it's Derry City. They're going to welcome Dundalk to the Brandywell Stadium. Dundalk, they had a good win last week, and I fancy this to be a tight encounter.
Yeah, Nicola, both sides actually had good wins last weekend. Dundalk, they bet UCD at home with Derry City in a away victory against Bray Wanderers. Dundalk, I think they've got the most foreign player in the Airtricity League. Mark Quigley cannot stop scoring since he signed for the Lily Whites. Problem for Dundalk is their defence. I think a lot of injuries at the minute. So I'm actually going for a bit of a high scoring game. Just for the match betting, Nicola, on this one. We've Derry City priced 13 to 10. If you do fancy the draw, 21 to 10 for that one. And away victory for Dundalk is 9 to 5. But I'm going to go for a big 14 to 1 shot here. I'm going to go for a 2-all draw. Again, as I said, if you do fancy the draw, that's 21 to 10. But a 2-all draw is as high as 14 to 1. So I'm going to have a look at that one.
Next up, we have two struggling sides, Drogheda versus Galway United. Now, Ray, I'm not envisaging a very exciting encounter here.
Yeah, Nicola, both sides really are struggling. They're going to be, I think, down the bottom of the table for much of this season. Yeah. The only positive I can look at this, if you look at the betting, it's 8 to 5 for Drogheda. The draw is 11 to 5. If you fancy the away win for Galway, it's 7 to 5. That's really going to be my tip for this one. Galway, they're only positive. They were beaten by Sligo Rovers last weekend. They did beat Bohemians the last time they were on the road. So that's why I'm going to go for Galway to get all 3 points at 7 to 5.
Well, Bows odds are on the drift big time now at the moment. They were once available to be backed at 6 to 1. They've now gone out to 20 to 1. Can you see the Gypsies odds be any in the single figures anytime soon? They're against UCD this weekend. Yep. Can they get back to winning ways?
It's the hope so. I think they were very lucky, Nicola, to come away with a 0-0 draw against Pats last weekend. The keeper saved a fantastic last minute penalty. If you're looking for the match betting, UCD, their home price 9 to 5 to win the match. The Gypsies, they're 13 to 10 to get all 3 points. The draw is 11 to 5. I'm having a look. You know, UCD are quite poor at the back, so I think this is probably Bohemians' best chance. I mean, to put their off-field problems behind them. So go for the Gypsies at 13 to 10 to win this.
Well, the next game should be a battle for Shamrock Rovers, who are going to be playing Bray Wanderers.
Yeah.
Shamrock Rovers, no surprise to see them odds on in the betting. How do you think this is going to turn out?
Only one-way traffic, Nicola. We're seeing the money all week coming for Shamrock Rovers. Again, another fine win for them, granted against a very poor Drogheda side last weekend. Match betting 1 to 3 for them to get all 3 points. The draw is 3 to 1. And away unlikely victory for Bray is 15 to 2. Again, I'm going to look for a bit of value here. For Shamrock Rovers, they started very well. You know, they're 1-0 up at half time last weekend, so I'm going to go for Shamrock Rovers to win both halves. So it's half time, full time, and that's a 5 to 6 shot, Nicola, for this one.
Okay, and of course they keep widening the bet in the outright bet, and you can check that all out at Boylesports.com. Finally, Ray, your hometown is Sligo Rovers. I don't want any biased opinions off you here. St Pat's, though, are a low on confidence side at the minute, or I'm presuming anyway, following last weekend's dull derby.
Yeah, I think they should have won the game, as was mentioned before, with the Bohemians game. I think this is the game of the weekend, Nicola. I think two decent sides. I think Sligo Rovers have actually only conceded 1 goal all season. They've played 7 games, they've only conceded 1 goal in league and cup matches. They're 4 to 5 to get all 3 points. The draw is 9 to 4. For an away victory for the Inchicore side, that's 5 to 2. It's a close one here, because I genuinely think these two sides are going to be up there with Shamrock Rovers come the end of the season. Not
because you're from Sligo.
No, nothing got to do with that. But I'm actually going to tip up the bit of red here. I think actually it's going to be a home win, all 3 points for Sligo Rovers. That's 4 to 5, Nicola, for that one. So hopefully, I was right last weekend. Hopefully I can continue it this week.
Okay, good stuff. Well, we're expecting to have our pockets full once again next week with Ray's tips.